What is up, car addicts? It's back. The signups for World's Greatest Drag Race number 13 have officially begun. So before you go in the comments and type, I call a fagio for this race, it's mine, nobody can take it. This event is for PS4 only, and you have to message me on there to get a spot. The comments section of this video is not where you sign up for reserved cars. The most updated list of available cars is in the description of this video. And you will message me, as I will state later in the video, on how to reserve cars and all that. So for those of you who don't know what World's Greatest Drag Race is, it's basically a drag race of multiple high-end cars racing side by side all at once that we drag race. Here's an example of World's Greatest Drag Race number 11, which received over 500,000 views and over 9,000 likes. For World's Greatest Drag Race number 13, it will be very similar, but with a few things changed because I have read some of your feedback from the other ones, and that the intro was a little too long, so we're going to be adjusting a few things here and there. This event will be the current top 29 supercars all at once, which will be pretty epic. So the date for this event is January 11th, 2020. That is Saturday, which is more convenient for those of you who have work and school and all that stuff. For comparison, it will be earlier than when I normally host my car meets. It will be about 4 hours earlier. The reason for that is because from 5 to 6 p.m. will be the time for us to gather in an invite-only session first before we go into the actual race. And I'll be replacing people that do not show up or they're heavily lagging, etc. The amount of time you have to join is from 5 to 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. After that time, I'll be replacing people with backup drivers. Obviously, we can't wait around forever for someone, but I mean, it's very difficult for you not to be there at the time indicated because I send too many reminders, to be honest, days before and hours before, every single time saying, hey guys, there's 10 hours until the event, there's 3 hours until the event, etc. So, I mean, if you don't already, I know most of you do, but that PlayStation Messages app for your phone, make sure you have it installed so you get those notifications. And of course, from 6 to 9 p.m. is when we do the actual drag races and all that stuff. Please check your calendar to see if you have anything planned that Saturday during those specific times. If you have something planned that day, there will always be another World's Greatest Drag Race. Not that often, but there will be another one in the future. I usually do these about once a year because of the amount of planning and the amount of time that goes into the events. I mean, it takes a lot for me. I mean, I spent almost a whole week straight talking to all you guys and getting everything planned out. Edub, and now we're adding a second editor, which will be Emperor. They're the ones that do like the Rockstar editor portion. We have, I mean, a bunch of different camera cars. It takes a lot of work. It's not as simple as a quick little drag race with two people. This is one of the things that takes the most amount of time and effort out of anything I do on my channel, but it's my favorite as well, so that's why I do it. So if you're able to make it to the event on that day and for that amount of time, then we can move on to the next step in the process. And it goes without saying that my usual Saturday car meet that day will most likely be canceled. We'll see what time we finish, and if there's still time I may host like a last minute car meet or something. But anyways, so these are the rules and guidelines for the event. Once you tell me what vehicle you choose for the event, I will send you a Google Forms link with all these rules where you have a chance to read and accept them all. Choose your car and type in your PSN name, which will be our written agreement. A couple things I want to touch on here is rule number 2. Your vehicle must be fully upgraded. So you want to have the last/most expensive option for each of these: transmission, turbo, brakes, engine, and a rear spoiler if optional. So always has to be fully upgraded. Also, handbrake launching, double clutching, downshifting, mid-drive speed boosting, gradually accelerating, or speed boost of any kind is not allowed. This event is not about how well you can drag race, it's about the cars. So I will say a time in the race, and you will just kind of fully accelerate the throttle all the way. The platform we're racing on is one of the launch landing zone pads from the stunt props, and it provides little to no traction loss off the start, and it's really good. So these are the available spots for the event. These are the top current 29 supercars I tested on this track. I tested them each one by one, so it took me a lot of time, but I wanted to get the top 29 list, and they have been placed in alphabetical order here. Also to note, the Krieger, Deveste, and Autarch spots are taken by the hosts of the event, which are Edub, Emperor, and I. The cars that have the check marks next to them are for people that will also be Rockstar Editor recording. So obviously, for any of you who have used the Rockstar Editor, or if you haven't, you can check for yourself. When you go to the free camera option and you zoom out, there's a small radius. So we have multiple cars that are actually in the race racing that are recording the Rockstar editor thing. So we can get more angles from different cars and stuff like that. So you will not be editing anything, don't worry. What will happen is you will only be recording when we tell you, and we're going to take care of the rest for you through SharePlay. One of my editors, either Emperor or Edub, that specialize in Rockstar editors, they're the two best people I know. They will be editing your clips for you. So we will take care of the rest for you through SharePlay, you don't have to worry about that. And I will need to talk to you in a party to make sure your internet connection is sufficient to SharePlay. And if your internet is not sufficient, you're going to have to pick a different car because you can't be a camera car spot. We need to have somebody else that can do the Rockstar editor and can SharePlay. As you can imagine, the spots for this event fill up very, very quickly, usually in the first night I post this video, so make sure you get on top of it quick. Please double check your schedule. I know it's hard, but if you can, I also have backup driver spots as well. So if the spot for vehicle you want is taken, consider a backup driver spot. I will also list all the supercars from the list you own to adjust accordingly. The description of this video will contain the most updated list with the vehicles that are taken and the vehicles that are available. So before you get in contact with me, check the description of this video before you message me for vehicle availability. So to get in contact with me, you type in my PSN, Mr. Car Addict, on PlayStation. Once you find me, send me a message. And in that message, you want to type WGDR13, which is an acronym for World's Greatest Drag Race. I'm sure most of you don't want to type that entire thing out, so you can just use that acronym. Then you would just type which is the car you want for the event. Then I will send you a message back on whether the car is available or not. Please note that if you don't receive a response from me within an hour, it's most likely because I'm sleeping. I'm human too, so give me a chance to get back to you. Car spots are taken in the order of which they are received through PlayStation messages. So don't worry if you don't get a response right away. If you were the first person to respond to me with that car, it's yours. You don't have to worry about it. Once confirmed, I will need you to send me a list with all the supercars you own using the car numbers from this list right here. I will send you a Google Forms link where you will read all the rules and guidelines and agree to them one by one and type in your PSN name. Then as soon as possible, you will talk one-on-one with me in a party so that we make sure you understand everything. And I will bring you in the race and check to make sure your controller is not broken, that your car is fully upgraded, etc. per our agreement. I do this with every single person one by one to make sure you know what you're doing, to make sure your internet isn't laggy, to make sure your car is fully upgraded, your controller is not broken, all that stuff, so we don't have any issues when we do the actual race. So once you do it and I get the confirmation that you finished, I will add you into the group chat and check you off on the list. That chat is only for me to send you reminders. That's all it's for. Do not ask me questions in that chat, reply to reminders in the group chat. If you have a question/comment, message me separately in our private chat. As far as how this whole event will work, I will explain it to you one by one in a party again like I explained how everything works, so no one is lost or confused. So, as a thank you for helping make this possible, it can't be done without you guys, the primary drivers will be entered in one $20 gift card giveaway, and the backup drivers will be entered in one $20 gift card giveaway as well. So, 2 gift card giveaways. These gift card giveaways are exclusively for the participants of this event. I'll number you guys on a list and use Google's random number generator. If you have one, I will announce the winners in the World's Greatest Drag Race chats. I never do gift card giveaways. I'm only doing it for this as a thank you for those of you who helped me. So again, check the description of the video for the most updated list of the spots that are available. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing many of you in World's Greatest Drag Race 13.